Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another video from me, Box of Demons. Of course, as you can see, we are in Kingdom Come Deliverance. Today's video, I'm going to show you how to make the game look magnifico. Can't even say it. I'm going to show you how I'm going to make your game basically look a lot more beautiful, but there are negatives and pros to doing this. But before we do that, I want you to have a look at this. This is something I bought off the Quicksilver store, and if you're a fan of this title, I can highly recommend this book. Now, you may have noticed if you've been following me on Twitter or on Reddit, I put a couple of few little pictures up of this. I don't want to put too many up because it's only fair that you actually go out and buy it. But if you're interested in the art and how they made the game and some of these illustrations and artwork and everything else in here, this book is absolutely brilliant. It is a hardback book and it's got real colour illustrations in there, diagrams, interviews with the creative directors and some of the teams. And it's just a really interesting book. It even goes through a lot of the DLC and it talks about lots of interesting, if I can get it in there, lots of interesting things. So that book is highly recommended. So today's video is how can we add some more beautifulness to the wonderful game. So let's jump in and we shall have a look. So here we are. I think we're up near Sasau at the minute and it is quite early in the morning. So as we come for a little wander down here, God damn, I love this game. I really do love this game. I need to get rid of that thing where it auto corrects when you walk in. I've got that on the horse, but it seems to do it when I'm walking around. So what is this beautiful thing that you're talking about? Well, it's actually, if I can get my teeth back in, it's volumetric fog. And what you may notice out there in the distance now is that there is a beautiful haze here at dawn, and you can see the layers. Now that's not actually there in the base game. This is something that developers decided to take out. When I say take out, it is in the engine and it is there ready for you to use. But as you can see, it just adds a beautiful depth. You see that thing there, that shifting? I can't work out how you get rid of that. So if anybody knows, do let me know. It gives the areas beyond, say 100, 200 meters, a slight fog. And it also softens off a lot of the anti-aliasing and the sharpness that's out at distance. And it just makes things look even more realistic and even more stunning. Some of the places that I've visited in this game with this mod on, I've just been absolutely gobsmacked at how even more incredibly beautiful it looks. And as you can see there, that fog down here, as I'm looking down there, with the light coming through the trees. In fact, let's just take a little wander down there with Pickles. And what we'll do is we'll have a look at a few different locations with the different lighting, different times of day, and let you have a look. Now this mod is available on the Nexus site, but you really don't need it. I'm going to show you how to do this. It's just one simple line of code that you can put into the user config file. It's just absolutely beautiful. As you can see, there's a softness out there. Yes, now the only caveat to this is that I've got a 20 Ti card. I've got quite a good system. I've got an i9 and I've got everything currently in game up to the absolute max. And I've noticed in certain places like Rate, town centre and things like that, the frame rate does drop a little bit. So if you have got a lesser card or your machine is not quite as powerful as this one, you may have to consider turning a few of the little things down before you switch this on. But if you've got the muscle power in order to be able to do it, it just makes the game look so much better. Like over on my right here, YouTube will probably butcher this, but there's a real beautiful soft haze here on the trees that you would get in the morning. And I've noticed as well that it seems to emphasize a lot of the light beams in the forests and from the buildings, and the light that it casts just seems infinitely more realistic to me. So that's one location here. Let's have a look at a different location at a different time of day. Looks like we've actually found a battle here. It's about to commence, or one that's actually happened. But as you can see, the volumetric lighting here is much softer. There's actually a battle going on here. Even the forests as well, when you're walking through, they seem to have much more of a dense, realistic feeling up ahead, as you can see there in the distance. I do a lot of hiking, so I know that that is very, very realistic. But anyway, that's enough of me waffling on about this. Let's jump into the user config file and I'll show you how to set it up. But be aware, as I've mentioned, if you haven't got a bit of a good machine, you may have to turn some of the settings down here because it can and will affect your frame rate, especially when you're in the main cities. But if you've got the muscle power for it, then why not switch it on? It's absolutely brilliant. So let's jump in now and we'll have a look. So the easiest way in order to be able to get to this file is if you have Steam open. If you come to your Steam library and you right click on it, go to properties. In this tab here, we want to go local files, and then we will have a browse local files folder, or button should I say, and this will open the files for you rather than having to go through all the C drive and everywhere else that you've put that. So what we're looking for down here is this user config file down here, and we're just going to double click on that. And as you can see on screen there, we have, actually let me get this in the middle of the screen. I'll make it larger for you guys so you can see it. All you need to do in there is to type E_volumetric fog equals 1. And by doing that, that will enable the fog. There are no sliders or options in game. It is literally just a matter of it's on or it's off. You may have noticed a few other things in there, such as WH horse, camera centering equals 0. So when you're on the horse, it won't auto center the camera, which I find frustrating. But as you saw in the video, I'm having real issues with that, walking around with that. It's becoming really frustrating, and I don't know how to stop that, so if you do know. But so there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want the game to look even more beautiful, then you now know that it's E_volumetric fog 1, and I will put that in the description box below for you if you want to be lazy or you're not quite sure how to do it. You can literally just copy and paste it. But it's a mod that, yes, it affects the frame rate, but it certainly makes the game more realistic. It looks more beautiful.
I've gone far from home.
Even if that's possible in this title.
Better get back before.
But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that. I will be live streaming and doing some more videos, tutorials, guides, and some role playing, which I love in this game. In the meantime, I've been Boxer Demons, and you've been watching